Hello viewers, I'm your host Pratiksha Mishra with another episode of South Asia Focus. Let's begin the show. The 21st ASEAN-India Summit marked a significant milestone in India's Act East policy, celebrating a decade of strengthened ties with ASEAN nations. Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi's commitment to enhancing this partnership was evident through new initiatives, including a 10-point plan focused on connectivity and resilience. With an emphasis on collaboration in fields like science and technology, the summit reinforced the vital role of India-ASEAN relations in shaping the future of the region. This partnership is poised to navigate challenges and seize opportunities in the emerging Asian century. Take a look.
India's Act East policy focuses on strengthening ties with the Asia-Pacific region. Initially an economic initiative, the policy has expanded to include political, strategic and cultural dimensions, fostering institutional mechanisms for dialogue and cooperation. India has established strategic partnerships with several countries, including Indonesia, Vietnam, Malaysia, Japan, the Republic of Korea, Australia, Singapore, and the Association of Southeast Asian Nations, ASEAN. Recently, the 21st ASEAN-India Summit took place in Vientiane, Laos, on October 10, 2024, marking a decade of the Act East policy. Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi attended this summit for the 11th time, collaborating with ASEAN leaders to review the ASEAN-India Comprehensive Strategic Partnership and discuss future directions for cooperation. In his address, PM Modi emphasized India's commitment to ASEAN unity, centrality, and the ASEAN outlook on the Indo-Pacific. He also referred to the 21st century as the Asian century, underlining the importance of India-ASEAN relations in shaping Asia's future.
मैंने भारत की एक्ट ईस्ट पॉलिसी की घोषणा की थी। पिछले एक दशक में इस नीति ने भारत और आसियान देशों के ऐतिहासिक संबंधों को नई ऊर्जा, दिशा और गति दी है। आसियान सेंट्रलिटी को प्रमुखता देते हुए 2019 में हमने इंडो पैसिफिक ओशन इनिशिएटिव लॉन्च किया था। यह आसियान आउटलुक ऑन इंडो पैसिफिक को कॉम्प्लीमेंट करता है। मेरा मानना है कि 21वीं सदी एशियन सेंचुरी भारत और आसियान देशों की सेंचुरी है। आज जब विश्व के कई हिस्सों में संघर्ष और तनाव की स्थिति है, तब भारत और आसियान की मित्रता, समन्वय, संवाद और सहयोग बहुत ही महत्वपूर्ण है।
To commemorate a decade of the Act East policy, Prime Minister Modi introduced several initiatives aimed at fostering people-to-people connections, including a youth summit and a startup festival. Additionally, during the 21st ASEAN-India Summit, he unveiled a comprehensive 10-point plan designed to strengthen the ASEAN-India Comprehensive Partnership, with a particular emphasis on enhancing connectivity and resilience. The key elements of this plan include the ASEAN-India Women Scientist Conclave, supported by the ASEAN-India Science and Technology Development Fund. The plan also seeks collaboration in digital and cyber resilience through a regular ASEAN-India cyber policy dialogue, alongside workshops focused on green hydrogen.
I think it is an appropriate proposal because India and ASEAN, our relations have improved a lot during the last 10 years or so, but there is scope for more improvement. Our trade is now about 130 billion two-way, but it can improve even more. And one of the proposals is for the women scientists to get together. That's good. And also it speaks of cyberspace.
The 21st ASEAN-India Summit reviewed the achievements and charted future goals for the ASEAN-India Comprehensive Strategic Partnership The event served as an opportunity to strengthen ties in various sectors, positioning the partnership as a cornerstone of the region's future growth. Ultimately, the 21st ASEAN-India Summit symbolizes a new chapter in the Act East policy, where strengthened ties and collaborative initiatives pave the way for a prosperous and resilient future for both India and ASEAN nations.
The 23rd meeting of the Shanghai Cooperation Organization Council of Heads of Government in Islamabad showcased India's commitment to regional collaboration. External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar's participation highlighted India's proactive role, signing 8 key documents and emphasizing themes like One Earth, One Family, One Future. His dialogue also promoted India's global initiatives such as the International Solar Alliance and the Global Biofuel Alliance, which align with SCO priorities on sustainability and wellness. India's attendance at the summit amid regional tensions signals a strategic approach to enhance relationships with member states and address shared security concerns effectively. Take a look.
The 23rd meeting of the Shanghai Cooperation Organization Council of Heads of Government concluded in Islamabad with the signing of key documents, marking the conclusion of productive and constructive deliberations. India's participation in the SCO meeting highlighted its commitment to fostering regional collaboration and innovation. As a key player in the discussions, India's External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar signed 8 significant outcome documents that reflect the country's proactive engagement and contributions to the summit's agenda. During the meeting, Jaishankar developed a dialogue centered on the theme of One Earth, One Family, One Future, as well as stated the outcomes of India's initiatives like the SCO Startup Forum, the Special Working Group on Startups and Innovation, and Traditional Medicine, which received support from member states. Jaishankar highlighted that India's global initiatives, including the International Solar Alliance and the Global Biofuel Alliance, align with SCO priorities and contribute to sustainability, climate resilience, wellness and biodiversity. India's decision to attend the SCO summit in Pakistan, particularly when tensions between the two countries have been high, has been viewed as a strategic and pragmatic move for several reasons. This participation underscored India's commitment to regional stability, as it allowed for discussions on shared concerns. Additionally, India's presence at the summit bolstered its relationships with other member countries, including Russia and China, enhancing its regional influence.
As made it very, very clear by Jaishankar, so the whole of India stands with him. And there are 2 points. The first point is Pakistan should shun terrorism. It should not send terrorists across the borders. And the second very strong message is the matter to be solved between India and Pakistan is the Pak-occupied Kashmir, the illegally occupied Kashmir part which has been illegally occupied by Pakistan. So that has to be solved, and solved in the sense Pakistan has to vacate that part and hand it over to India. These are the 2 issues, and Mr. Jaishankar has made it very, very clear that these 2 issues are the only ones that we need to solve amongst these 2 countries.
By addressing security issues within the SCO framework, India could effectively communicate its perspectives on critical matters. By maintaining the past practice and sending the External Affairs Minister to lead the Indian delegation, New Delhi has sent out a strong message that India takes its association with the Shanghai Cooperation Organization seriously.
SCO is a useful, important mechanism. हम पाकिस्तान के चलते अपना रोल क्यों SCO से reduce करें? तो we have to play a role, we are playing a role, जो भी हमें दिखता है with the SCO. पाकिस्तान उसमें है या नहीं है, हमें उस चीज को साइडलाइन करके देखना है, क्योंकि जो हमारे इंटरेस्ट हैं इन द एससीओ कॉन्टेक्स्ट, इन द लार्जर रीजनल कॉन्टेक्स्ट, मल्टीपल जो इश्यूज हैं, दे वेरी लार्ज इंटरेस्ट. जहां तक बात रही पाकिस्तान की और हमारे रिश्तों की, वो तो एक अलग हम कह सकते हैं एक अलग ट्रैजेक्टरी पर है. बहुत क्लियर कट है कि उसमें जब तक पाकिस्तान अपनी प्रोपेगेंडा और अपनी ग्राउंड की टेरर सपोर्ट नहीं कम करता, तब तक हमारी रूटीन रिलेशन नहीं हो सकते.
The Shanghai Cooperation Organization was established in 2001 to foster regional security, economic collaboration, and cultural exchange among its member states. Initially, its focus was on addressing issues such as terrorism, separatism, and extremism, particularly in Central Asia. India joined the SCO as a full member in June 2017, motivated by its desire to strengthen regional security cooperation, particularly concerning terrorism and stability in Afghanistan. The SCO serves as a platform for India to engage in trade and economic partnerships with Central Asian nations.
Time now for Asia This Week, the stories from across the continent.
Bangladesh International Crimes Tribunal issued an arrest warrant for former Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina, citing her alleged involvement in mass killings during violent protests that erupted earlier this year. The protests, which began as a student-led movement against public sector job quotas, escalated into some of the deadliest unrest since the country's independence in 1971, resulting in over 700 deaths and numerous injuries. The violence ultimately forced Hasina to flee to India on August 5, and an interim government led by Nobel Peace Prize laureate Muhammad Yunus took charge. North Korea's state media said that country has designated South Korea a hostile state. It confirmed that the North's National Assembly has amended the country's constitution to align with leader Kim Jong-un's vow to abandon unification with the South as a national goal. And earlier this week, North Korea's military destroyed sections of the road and rail links at the border, calling it a legitimate action against a hostile state as defined by the new constitution. The United States, South Korea, and Japan announced the launch of a new multinational team to monitor the enforcement of sanctions against North Korea after Russia and China thwarted monitoring activities at the United Nations. The mechanism, named the Multilateral Sanctions Monitoring Team, has been introduced after Russia in March rejected the annual renewal of the UN panel of experts that had over the past 15 years overseen the implementation of sanctions aimed at curbing North Korea's nuclear and missile programs.
In Gujarat, women are breaking barriers and driving social and economic upliftment. From community radio jockeys to thriving self-help groups supported by government initiatives, the transformation is inspiring. Schemes such as Mukhyamantri Mahila Utkarsh Yojana provide crucial financial support and training, empowering women to start their own businesses. As Gujarat celebrates 23 years of PM Modi's leadership, these stories reflect a commitment to creating an inclusive future, showcasing the incredible potential of women as catalysts for change in their communities. Take a look.
Riding her bike to her workplace, Dr. Neelam Tadvi, a radio jockey, embodies the spirit of progress and empowerment of women in Gujarat.
કેમ છો એકતાનગર? શુભ સવાર.
As a member of the local tribal community, Neelam's broadcasts on Radio Unity showcase the rich cultural traditions and history of Narmada district, which houses the grand statue of Unity. She, along with her fellow RJs, enthralls listeners with the stories of social change and women empowerment.
સાંભળી રહ્યા છો રેડિયો યુનિટી 90 FM નીલમ.
Neelam says it was Prime Minister Narendra Modi's vision of establishing a community radio station in this region which bore fruition on the Independence Day of 2021.
माननीय प्रधानमंत्री श्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी का एक स्वप्न था कि यहाँ पे एक रेडियो सेंटर बने, कम्युनिटी रेडियो सेंटर बने और उसमें जो भी आरजे के तौर पे काम करते हैं वो लोकल और ट्राइबल लोग हों। यहाँ पे हम लोग शो में भी विमेन एम्पावरमेंट की बातें करते हैं।
The success stories of self-help groups in Gujarat further exemplify the larger trend of women playing a vital role in the state's economic and social progress. And the government support has been a significant factor in the growth of such initiatives. Schemes like the Mukhyamantri Mahila Utkarsh Yojana and the Mission Mangalam have offered financial backing, market linkages and training to self-help groups across Gujarat. Around 24 lakh women are currently active under 2 lakh Sakhi Mandals or self-help groups that are being managed to the tune of rupees 1,000 crores through bank linkage.
जब से नरेंद्र मोदी जी आए तब से हमारी बहुत तरक्की हुई, हमारी सैलरी भी बढ़ गई है और हमारे लिए बहुत अच्छा किया नरेंद्र भाई ने। माँ कार्ड बनवाया, वो भी बहुत अच्छा काम किया हमारे लिए। वो विधवा पेंशन की योजना है, वो भी बहुत अच्छी है।
The government facilitates these women by providing subsidies, easy access to loans ranging from rupees 10,000 to rupees 1 lakh, as well as free stalls to reach a wider audience. From offering training to providing financial assistance for setting up businesses, the government has taken several steps to empower women entrepreneurs. Many women who previously worked as employees are now running their own businesses thanks to the financial assistance provided under both state and central government schemes such as the Prime Minister Street Vendors Atmanirbhar Nidhi scheme and the Deen Dayal Antyodaya Yojana.
सरकार को इससे हमको ये पूरा स्टॉल फ्री में मिलता है, जैसे कि राखी का स्टॉल है, नवरात्रि का स्टॉल है, एयरपोर्ट स्टॉल है, ये सब स्टॉल हमको फ्री में मिलता है और हम पूरे साल ये घर पे हैंडवर्क करते हैं। इसके बाद हम ये सब 10-12 बहन का ग्रुप है, सब हैंडवर्क करके ये स्टॉल में सब मिलके हम बेचते हैं। इसके बाद स्टॉल में हमको सबसे अच्छा रिस्पांस मिलता है, हमारा पूरा घर का ये खर्च भी हम निकाल सकते हैं इसमें से।
As Gujarat celebrates Vikas Saptah, commemorating 23 years of PM Modi's leadership, these stories stand as testaments to the state's commitment to fostering a more inclusive and prosperous future for all. The dedication and support from the government through initiatives like community radio stations and self-help groups are creating a fertile ground for women's empowerment.
Let's now take you to Ladakh, often called the crown jewel of India for its stunning landscapes of mountains, open skies, winding rivers and lush valleys. Its rich culture, traditions and values enhance its natural beauty. The capital Leh is not only breathtaking but also a key center of Buddhism in India, where the region's natural splendor and Buddhist philosophy have coexisted harmoniously for centuries. Leh, perched at nearly 11,000 feet, is a vibrant blend of cultures where religious harmony thrives. Though diverse, it remains a stronghold of Buddhism with Mahayana and Vajrayana traditions and the four sects Nyagma, Kagyu, Sakya and Gelug deeply rooted. Chanting fills the air during prayers and rituals, keeping the ancient Buddhist spirit alive in Ladakh for millennia.
बौद्ध धर्म सबसे पहले तो यहाँ अशोका के ज़माने में उसका जो स्तूपा था, एक स्तूपा यहाँ है, यहाँ क्या कहते हैं तिरी में, एक स्तूपा ज़ांस्कार में है। तो तब से जो गंधार आर्ट वाले आए, कश्मीर से आए, तो उन्होंने बुद्धा का स्टैचू बनाना शुरू किया पहाड़ों पे, पत्थर पे। और तब हमारे यहाँ से लोसा रिंचेन जांगपो जी आए, उन्होंने न्यारमा का जो गोंपा है वो बिल्ड किया। ये 10वीं सदी की बीच में है, लोसार और रिंचेन ज़ांपो आ गया। तब से जब से लोसार और रिंचेन ज़ांपो आए, तब से बुद्धिज़्म का यहाँ फैलना शुरू हो गया।
Ladakh's Tibetan-influenced Buddhism, with Leh at its cultural heart, attracts visitors seeking spiritual depth. Here, Buddha revered as a deity who attained nirvana, and various bodhisattvas were venerated in ancient monasteries. Ladakh's rich heritage draws tourists eager to explore and gain insights from its profound Buddhist traditions.
Actually, we come to Ladakh to visit holy places of Buddhism tradition and to learn about your place, and also to pray for the peace. Actually, all these ladies from Russia, from different cities of Russia, come here and we pray for the peace on mountain, on the lake, in every places. And here we also, because we share the same. Actually, we are motivated by the peace in all the world. Now you know that in Russia and Ukraine there is a war, but a lot of people in Russia, they pray for the peace.
On the outskirts of Leh, a family's deep Buddhist faith has endured for generations. Despite harsh winters, with temperatures dipping into -20, their daily prayers and rituals continue. The elderly women, vibrant in their 70s, remain lively, embracing their faith, culture, traditional dance and song with unwavering passion. In Ladakh, Buddhism is woven into education. At Mahabodhi Residential School, from nursery to +2, each day begins with prayers to Buddha, blending academic learning with Dharma teachings to nurture compassionate, responsible citizens.
Dhamma is very important because Dhamma includes all the ethical values, all the principles of Lord Buddha, and without it, a modern education is meaningless. So therefore, I think that Dhamma is very much important in everyday lives of everyone.
In regional classes, children learn about the equality of all faiths, with Dharma education aimed at fostering respect for others. Each class begins with meditation, yoga, and mindfulness practices. Students explore Buddha's life, his struggles, the pursuit of truth, and the core teachings of Buddhism. For those interested in pursuing religious studies as a career, numerous opportunities are available.
Buddhism is a way of life. It's teach about students how to grow morally and with disciplines and all. So with that, we try to understand the teachings of the Buddha to the students. With that, we have different sections. We have includes with the yoga, meditations, which help to concentrate on breathing in and out, which help to concentration, which helps in studies as well. So it's and also in Buddhism, we have a Buddhist teachings. Not only that, we have teach on moralities and overall growth of the students.
Tibetan Buddhist mythology features spirits, deities, and demons symbolizing good and evil depicted in temple art. Their stories come alive during annual festivals in Ladakh's Compass, especially through vibrant mask dances. In Ladakh, every peak and valley tells a story of beauty and devotion. And with that, we come to the end of this week's episode. See you next week. Goodbye and take care.